This is Monday Night Reset. I'm Ethan Klee. I'm a 200-hour registered yoga teacher with Yoga Alliance. I'm also the owner of Flipside Yoga. If you want to see other yoga content, feel free to follow us on everything: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all Flipside Yoga. If you search, you'll find us on all of those. Otherwise, our website, flipsideyoga.com, keeps an archive of all of our past streams and YouTube videos. 15 minutes, we'll be doing seated or standing postures. I'll be cueing them as standing, but I will give some modification for those of us joining seated, just taking our stream or gaming break. And then we'll move on to more restorative postures. But today, if you are joining us standing, draw the toes together, the heels slightly apart. Work your thighs together, drawing pressure into the midline of the body. The thighs, drawing the hips into alignment. You can leave your hands at your side or draw them to heart center here. Drawing width across the collarbones, relaxing the jaw, knitting the ribcage together, and tucking the navel into the spine. Making sure if your hands are in at heart center, shrugging your shoulders down your back, maybe give them a little shrug out. We store a lot of tension from day jobs, whether they be office or something more taxing in our shoulders. And as we come to this standing at attention posture, if you're seated, you can be doing this from seated as well. Start drawing your breath into Ujjayi Breath. The Ujjayi pranayama is felt by inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. This breath will be our guide throughout the next 30 minutes of practice. As you inhale, lift the tongue gently towards the back of the throat, creating texture in the breath. As we stand here, this is your opportunity to set an intention for this practice and for your week. If you have some pressing matter happening towards the end of your week that you want to put energy towards now, this is an opportune time for that. Otherwise, you can just say something as easy as I aim to relax in the next 30 minutes, or I am relaxed, or I feel power. But as we inhale, we charge that intention. And as we exhale, we send it to the world. Stepping to the top of our mats, we'll get started here. Inhale your arms to the sky, spreading the fingertips wide, drawing the navel again to the spine, leveling the shoulders and drawing width across them. Tadasana mountain pose. From here, inhale, drawing the arms into a cactus, and giving just a slight back bend. Rising your chest to the ceiling, spreading your fingers out wide. Inhale, arms back up, Tadasana mountain pose. From here, inhale your hands together. You can either leave them flat, you can interlace a few fingers, interlace all of them. Today I'll be interlacing just the back two fingers into the Kali Mudra. Otherwise, you can just take a yogi peace gun, whatever you may enjoy today. Drawing length up through the spine all the way to those fingers. Shrug the shoulders down the back slightly. Inhale, drawing the fingers over to the left, attempting to keep the hips level, but extending and giving a stretch to the right side body. We want to make sure we're keeping our left arm in towards the head. If you have a hard time balancing this posture, make sure you find a focal point on the wall in front of you. This could even just be the corner of your laptop. Inhale the hands back to the center. Exhale. And inhale the hands over to the right side, drawing length in the spine and curvature, giving some extra love to our side bodies today. Inhale the hands to center, drawing neutrality to your spine, and let go of your hands above. Shift your gaze up between them. And inhale, forward fold. Draw your hands together, drawing them through heart center. If you're seated here, forward fold as far as you can forward until your chest is resting on your legs. If you'd like to get more extension and you're seated, you can put your arms out directly in front of you, like this. But you'll be seated, so it looks something like this. From forward fold, we inhale, halfway lift, drawing perpendicular our trunk, our torso to the floor, drawing length into the spine. You can have as much of a bend in your knees as you need for this. We don't want to hyperextend our hamstrings. It's bad for blood flow in the body. Inhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, Tadasana mountain pose, drawing the hands all the way up, spreading our fingers as wide as we can. We'll take another little back bend, drawing the hands to cactus, and pushing our chest, our heart forward, as if we're tethered on a string. If you're comfortable here, you can drop your head all the way back, but do so slowly. Inhale back to Tadasana mountain pose. And draw the hands to heart center. We're going to do some twisting. So just from standing here, we're going to do a very general twist. Draw your left elbow to your left, matching your hands. You want to keep your hands exactly where your heart is. Matching your hands with the full twist that you have. This is just giving a good upper back twist, releasing pressure in the middle back. Inhale back to center. And on to the other side, drawing your right elbow as far back as you can. Inhaling to draw length into your spine. And exhaling, deepening the twist. Inhale back to center. 1 second here. From center here, you can release your hands down to the side. We'll be doing some cat-cow, so for those seated, stay exactly where you are. For those standing, we're going to crouch all the way down into Virasana. Hero's pose, drawing our sit bones down either just inside of our ankles or right on top of them. We'll do some seated cat-cow. So drawing our hands up to our knees, rounding our back, pushing our heart and our navel through the spine towards the ceiling. And exhale, roll your hands up your thighs, rounding your shoulders back, pushing your heart to the sky. Inhale, rounding forward, drawing the hands down the thighs. And exhale, opening our heart back to the world. 2 more of those. Inhale. And exhale. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. For those of us gaming, we'll be moving into our Sun A. So draw yourself back to standing. Taking it slow, taking it controlled. Find yourself at the top of your mat, toes together. If you're just here for our stream break or game break, thanks for joining us. I would, of course, love if you stayed for the rest of class, but get back to what you're doing if you need, and thanks for coming. For those of us staying, draw your toes together at the top of your mat, your heels resting slightly apart. Again, drawing force to the midline of the body, knitting the rib cage, our thighs pressing together, engaging the buttocks, drawing width across our clavicles. We'll engage Tadasana mountain pose, root to rise, drawing the hands up to the sky, spreading our fingertips as wide as possible. Inhale, little back bend, cactusing the arms, expressing the chest to the world. Exhale, back to Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, forward fold, hinging at the waist, drawing the hands all the way to the ground and putting as much of a bend in our knees as we need for today. Inhale, halfway lift, drawing the hands up the thighs and bringing the chest to be parallel with the floor. Forward fold. Now we'll go into a chaturanga portion. So pressing the hands into the earth, step one foot back and then the other into high plank. A vinyasa chaturanga goes like this. We'll take the first one slow, the rest will be more on breath. But on an inhale, send your chest, your body forward until you're on your tiptoes. Supporting this pose by pressing our fingertips into the earth. Inhale, tricep push-up less than halfway down. Moving our chest forward through our arms, flipping our toes into upward facing dog. And exhaling, rolling over our toes, hinging at the waist into downward facing dog. Let this first downward facing dog be the time where you pedal out your hips, taking each leg, bending at the knee, moving the hamstring back, just really warming it up. Our hamstrings are so ill-attended throughout the day, so we really want to put in some love on them. When you're ready, find yourself back in this downward facing dog with us. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale through the nose. And open mouth, exhale. Inhale, shift your gaze up in between your hands. Step or leap to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we'll repeat Sun A. Root to rise, Tadasana mountain pose, drawing the hands all the way to the sky, rooting through our feet, drawing strength in this posture. On your next inhale, little cactus back bend. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, forward fold, hinging at the waist all the way to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hop or step your feet back into high plank. chaturanga. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale down. Inhale through your arms into upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, remember our Ujjayi breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. This breath builds heat, so in these downward dogs, at the end of each chaturanga, if you need some extra heat release, feel free to take as many open mouth exhales as you need here. Keeping in mind, this Ujjayi breath will also help you stop anything like panting or deep breaths. Inhale, shift your gaze forward. Exhale, leap or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, Tadasana, mountain pose. Gaze up, let the hands touch. And inhale into that little back bend. Exhale, back to Tadasana. Inhale, forward fold, hinging at the waist with a flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step or hop your feet back, clawing into the earth with each digit. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, down. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale. Open mouth exhale. Inhale. Open mouth exhale. We'll flow Sane one more time. Inhale, shift the gaze forward. Exhale, step or leap to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, Tadasana. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, forward fold, hinging at the waist. Exhale, halfway lift. Inhale, forward fold. The second forward fold, you should find yourself being able to go much deeper into the posture. The halfway lift sets our back to be able to get over the ridge that is our hips and fold flatter. Inhale, pressing our hands into the earth, sending our feet back into high plank. This time, inhale, shift forward, and exhale, lower all the way down to the ground as slowly as you can. Here you can rest your head on the floor, on your hands, a bicep, but just take a moment here to engage that Ujjayi breath. Really focus in on it. As we are connecting with our breath here, start moving your hands to be about equal with your chest, your fingertips underneath your shoulder blades, pressing in with each digit and then our palms. We lift the body up and through, pressing down with our our toe tips, the tops of our feet, and our thighs into cobra. Drawing the head just slightly back. Exhale, set your body back down. On your next inhale, re-engage the Cobra, really making your core do the work here, putting pressure on the tops of our feet, our thighs, again, pressing with each digit into the earth. Exhale, you can bring your body all the way back down. Pushing with your fingertips, hinge your hips back, set your knees wide on the mat, and lower yourself slowly back into wide-legged child's pose. Engaging your fingers, and then your forearms on the ground. We'll take this for 3 breaths. Inhaling through the nose, and exhaling through the nose. Melting our heart deeper into the ground with each breath. If you are uncomfortable resting your forehead in this pose, try resting your chin, or take to one side of your head or the other, and try to make sure to switch which side your head is on. Every so often, or approximately halfway through the stretch. One last inhale, and open mouth exhale. Inhale, rise to tabletop, setting the hands underneath our shoulders, your knees at approximately hips width distance apart. Take any little micro movements that feel good here. Rolling the shoulders, maybe ducking the knees. Whatever small movements your body is asking for right now, go ahead and go for them. We're going to come into an easy seat here on the ground. And actually, I lied. Put your feet out in front of you. Feet flat on the ground. Feet flat on the ground. We're going to just give our thighs a good little hug here. So squeezing them together, you can either wrap your hands around the front or put your hands underneath your thighs and just squeeze forward, rounding the body in over the knees, tucking the chin into the chest. And breathe here, inhaling and noticing how your body expands, and exhaling deeper into the bend. Inhale, draw neutral spine, sending your legs out long, making sure we're flexing our feet to protect our ankles. Inhaling the arms up long, we're going to take a forward fold, stretching first out and then down. Now, this is a position that life doesn't normally let people take. We aren't able generally to fold ourselves in half. You'll notice extra tension here in the seated posture version rather than the one that we were doing earlier while standing a normal seat or a normal forward fold. So here, the general fitness pacer test part of our brains tell us to go out and touch our toes, but today I want you to reach your hands as far as you can and drag them back, noticing that at some point your shoulders will become comfortable. And that's the point where I want you to stop. This is the point of this stretch that's going to do you the most good. For some, that may be all the way out by their toes. For me, it's about just a few inches past my knees today, and it will be different every day. As we inhale, we want to be pushing forward our trunk over our legs. As we exhale, rounding down deeper into the fold if we can. Using our fingertips, we can claw the earth, slightly drag ourselves towards our feet. These isometric pulls are how you make any yoga pose even more challenging. Inhale, relax the body back into this pike position. Now, grabbing our right foot, we're going to be placing it right about where our left knee is on the floor. Drawing our hands up into Tadasana, we'll take Marichyasana, or the posture of Marichi the Sage. If you just need a general stretch today, you can grab your right knee with your left hand, place your right hand behind you, and slightly pull into the twist. If you'd like to take a more complete version of Marichyasana, first go into Tadasana Mountain Pose to set your spine. Draw your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and engage the twist again. Your right hand can either go behind you or at heart center. Also option to complete the full bind version of this, which I do not have, so I will not be showing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Drawing neutrality back into the spine, lifting up into Tadasana. Place your right foot back out long, making sure you flex your foot again to protect your ankles. Draw now the left foot into the left knee. Upright, standing on the ground. Take Tadasana seated posture, and then grab whatever your modification is today, either just grabbing and pulling the stretch, or pulling into the twist, or setting yourself with a more complete Marichyasana posture today. We inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Restoring neutrality to the spine. Today we will be next moving into a cobbler's pose. So drawing our feet together in front of us. Our feet planted against each other. Our knees going out wide. We draw our hands above us, drawing the spine straight, and then hinge forward at the waist into this cobbler's pose. For my fellow gymnasts, may know this as a pancake. You can either rest your hands on your feet, squeezing them together, making sure that our elbows aren't pressing our knees down to the ground. We want them out in front. Other options are to leave the hands suspended or place the forearms against the ground. If you place your forearms against the ground, you can use your fingertips to kind of claw yourself forward, deepening the stretch. If you feel any pinching in this posture, please make sure to go back to an easy seat and either try re-engaging or knowing that this posture may have some contraindications in your body. We draw ourselves back up to neutral, taking our legs long out in front of us, and lowering the back vertebra by vertebra long out onto our mat. Resting our hands at our side, and letting our body occupy space. If you were enjoying that hip stretch that we were just doing, another option for your Shavasana today is to bring feet in together, planting soles against each other and dropping the knees out wide. You can can stay here as long as you feel. As we begin to marinate into our corpse pose to end our practice today, start losing engagement of your Ujjayi breath and returning to a normal, everyday breath, whatever that means for you. Allowing your body to occupy as much space as it needs. Allowing your breath to occupy as much time and space as it needs. This is your opportunity to slow down and draw attention inward. For those of us who may not be as neurodivergent as others, this can be sometimes an unsettling concept. If you find intrusive thoughts coming to you in your Shavasana, take some time to return your breath to Ujjayi. Focus just on the inhale, the texture in your throat, and the exhale through the nose. This will help draw purpose back to your thoughts and allow yourself a deeper relaxation in the long term. You are, of course, welcome to take up as much time here in Shavasana as you'd like. This is your time and your practice. However, if you're ready to be guided out, start first by wiggling just one finger. You may be joining in with fingers from the other hand. You can start wiggling your toes, opening and closing your jaw, rotating your head from left to right, drawing subtle movements back into the body, maybe a few wrist rotations. But when you're ready, draw your knees together and fold yourself over onto your favorite side. Doesn't matter left or right. Use your head as a bicep as we enter just a brief moment in fetal pose here. And then guiding yourself up. If you can, try to keep your eyes closed and guide yourself up to an easy seat with just the edges of your mat and your sensations of touch. When you come to seated, rest your hands either as an open bowl in your lap or open on your knees. If you feel overwhelmed by the world, try reversing those bowls. Your hands down, either in your lap or on your knees. Take one last Ujjayi breath here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. We draw our hands to heart center. This is your final opportunity in this class to set an intention for your day, for your week, for your month, for any goals you have. When you have your intention, inhale through the nose to charge, and exhale through the mouth, sending it far into the world. Once more, inhale. And open mouth, exhale. We lift our hands to third eye center, settling our thumbs just on our brows gently. The student, the teacher, and the light in me acknowledges and shows gratitude to the student, the teacher, and the light in you. we bow forward to seal our practice. Thank you guys so much for coming to another Monday night. Good. So take some time, grab some water, take at least 5 minutes out. Take some time, grab some water, take at least 5 minutes after this class just to marinate in how you feel. I've started adding in Sun A to each practice so that we have kind of a place marker each week for us checking in on our bodies for those of us that have a weekly practice or want to start one. This is a great way of knowing how postures are feeling in your body that day or that week. Thank you so much again for coming. I can't express enough gratitude that I'm able to do this little class on Monday nights. It means a lot. So thank you guys so much.